En esencia, pelear se trata acerca de probar dos hechos concretos. La verdad acerca de quién eres y la verdad acerca de quién es tu oponente. Y dentro del octágono, nada más importa. En UFC Fight Night, 6 de los mejores artistas marciales mixtos del mundo irán a la batalla en la ciudad que nunca duerme, incluido el héroe local Weidman, el luchador All-American quien colocó uno de los mejores golpes en la historia de UFC para noquear a Anderson Silva. Para empezar una impresionante racha como campeón de los pesos medios de UFC. Frente a Weidman estará Kelvin Gastelum, quien con solo 21 años ganó The Ultimate Fighter. Y desde esa fecha memorable, el poderoso zurdo se ha vuelto incluso más potente. El combate coestelar enfrentará a retadores del peso pluma, con el emocionante favorito de Long Island, Dennis Bermúdez, quien busca su sexto bono de pelea de la noche en su carrera, versus el enrachado Darren Elkins, ganador de 4 peleas seguidas en las que ha pegado más golpes que ningún otro peleador en la historia. Y un tercer extraordinario combate nos presenta a 2 de los más prometedores semipesados del mundo, cuando el tremendamente dotado Gian Vellante busque desplegar una vez más su extraordinario talento en busca del 11º knockout de su carrera, contra el 2 veces All-American en primera división Patrick Cummins, cuyo talento para venir de atrás lo hace uno de los más indomables peleadores en UFC. Esto es UFC, Road to the Octagon.
My dad is my hero. A hero means to me that they help people no matter what. He always has my back. My dad is brave because when he doesn't win, he doesn't give up on his fight. He makes me feel happy because he makes me believe in myself. Can't you see why he is my hero? This award is presented to my dad, Chris Weidman, for being the best dad ever broadcasted.
De 2009 a 2015, ningún peso medio ha sido más exitoso que Chris Weidman, con sus 13 victorias corridas, incluida su fabulosa victoria de campeonato sobre uno de los mejores de todos los tiempos. Y en 3 defensas consecutivas de All-American lució indetenible. Sin embargo, su siguiente choque titular contra Luke Rockhold y derrotas contra la élite de la división frenaron su ímpetu. Ímpetu que el orgulloso nativo de Long Island ahora busca retomar mientras se alista para haber cumplido un sueño de toda su vida.
I'm born and raised about 12 minutes away in Baldwin. Right now, we're on the border of Garden City, Uniondale, and Hempstead. And that's pretty much where Nassau Coliseum is. So this is like a kind of like the corner of all those towns. I have such pride and love for being a Long Islander. I was a huge Islander fan when I was a kid, and the only place I'd go to watch sports was really Nassau Coliseum. And then I went to Nassau Community College, which is right across the street. I went to Hofstra and lived across the street from Nassau Coliseum. Just love it here, and to be able to make that walk, it goes down in history no matter what, that I got to headline the first show ever at Nassau Coliseum. For the rest of my career, this is going to be a moment that I can reflect back on as one of the best moments of my career.
Aunque la historia de Weidman tiene raíces profundas en Long Island, él también está pendiente de su futuro. Futuro que recién recibió el impulso de un moderno centro de desempeño de la cercana Staten Island.
We went to Staten Island, it's about an hour away from Long Island, and they have all this cutting-edge technology.
A little shock therapy.
Shock therapy? Yeah, it works for my dog. It worked for me, I guess.
So the Sports Science Lab, my position here, I try and get athletes, I help athletes perform at a much higher level. And the Sports Science Lab in general, we basically look at all the athletes through a scientific lens. We will break down and try and identify inefficiencies in movement patterns, as well as weaknesses overall with an objective component to it. Really looking through the athlete with a scientific lens allows us to train the athlete in a much higher capacity. Instead of training harder, we're basically training smarter. The beauty about this machine is it teaches him to create force and then slow that force down. Something that no other machine can do. That's it. Quick, go quick.
One thing I noticed is with that punching accuracy thing, as opposed to someone holding pads for you, it's just really burns your shoulders out more because it's nonstop punching. I think it really does help for the fights.
Within a short amount of time, Chris has made tremendous progress. Chris has made unbelievable improvements in his cardio, as well as his timing and his reaction time. We've seen about a 20 to 30% increase in Chris's reaction time in only a couple sessions.
We got 5.
I'm trying to get better, improve, to win fights.
10, 1. 9. That was easy.
Como uno de los dos únicos campeones nacidos en Long Island que haya visto UFC, Chris Weidman es un héroe local. Sin embargo, no lo ha hecho solo, y una de sus armas secretas es su compañero de entrenamiento desde hace mucho, Gian Belante.
Belante, very, very talented, hard worker, life of the party. He's a really good brother and teammate, throughout everything.
Me and Chris known each other since 10th grade, and we were friends, don't get me wrong, we were buddies, and we see each other, we'd always be friendly with each other, but then we started at the same level, so we kind of maturing at the same level and everything like that. And you do something like this with someone, I don't care if it's your worst enemy, and you start training with them every day, and the ups and the downs, you become really close, and you become family, and that sounds weird, but it just, the ups and downs of the sport, it's the highest of highs and the lowest of lows.
I feel like I'm way more evolved than the fighter that fought Anderson Silva. You really see who the real champions are with how they come back and how they come back from setbacks and tough times. And that excites me. I'm not going to be the guy who gives up and curls up in a ball. And it was the guy who accomplished it in the beginning and then fell off. I have way more to go. I have a lot more energy to put into the sport. I have a lot of talent and potential that hasn't been shown to the world yet.
En la costa opuesta, un talento entrenado en California se alista para lo que ha sido anunciado como la pelea más importante de su vida, mientras busca completar su impresionante travesía de estrella en ascenso a campeón.
My goal has always been to fight the best, to keep climbing up the rankings, to eventually get that title shot. I want to get there as quickly as possible. Winning the Ultimate Fighter gave me that confidence to know this is something you're good at, this is something you should pursue, and this is something that I'm going to dedicate my life to. To be honest, the opponent doesn't really matter. What matters to me is I'm going to destroy. I want a title shot. I want to fight for the championship. This fight just gets me closer to the rankings. I'm confident in my abilities to know that I can compete with anybody in the world.
Kelvin Gastelum irrumpió en la escena en 2013 al destruir a sus oponentes en The Ultimate Fighter y derrotando a Uriah Hall para ganar el torneo de los medianos de la temporada. En UFC, Gastelum ha lucido incluso mejor, haciéndose acreedor de 2 bonos de pelea de la noche, impulsado por su excelente velocidad e instintos de finalización, y derrotando al ex campeón de los welter de UFC, Johnny Hendricks, en UFC 200. Para UFC 206, Gastelum subió al peso mediano y desplegó su estilo de venir con todo y extrañas combinaciones sobre Tim Kennedy. Una victoria que le abrió a Gastelum una oportunidad contra la leyenda de UFC, Vitor Belfort, hace solo 4 meses en Brasil.
The Vitor fight, it was an amazing fight. I came out well prepared, confident. I went out there and I performed and got my hand raised, which is the goal, always.
Sin embargo, la victoria tuvo patas cortas, pues Gastelum falló un examen médico y su triunfo fue registrado como forfeit, al resultar positivo por consumo de marihuana.
My personal life got affected, my work life got affected. This just gave me an opportunity to learn from my mistakes and the things that I've done.
Ahora, Gastelum busca dejar atrás ese revés, mientras se rodea una vez más de la grandeza en Kings MMA.
Kings MMA was just something that happened. I got introduced to Rafael Cordero when Fabricio Verdum and I were training together in altitude in some cabin in the middle of the woods in Mexico, Rocky style.
It was our first camp in Mexico. Started training with Fabricio when Fabricio fought against Mark Hunt. We trained hard there. And he looked at the training, he trained one day.
They just made me feel like I was one of them. I needed something like that. And sure enough, 6 months later, I made the move to Huntington Beach.
He's an amazing guy, training hard, and his mind is very strong. This fight coming up versus Chris Weidman, I just say, man, did your job. You trained very hard for this, and I believe you one day you'll do the championship one day.
I'm gonna go in there and try to finish this fight as quickly as I can. I wanna go in there and get out. You know, if it was up to me, I'd finish this fight in 5 seconds. But I'm gonna be prepared for a 25-minute war with Weidman. I predict first round, one of us is going out because I know he wants it. I want this win. It's gonna be two guys who really want this win going at it.
Quizás una de las cosas más destacables acerca de Gastelum es su edad. Una edad a la que muchos peleadores están apenas iniciando su ascenso, pero para él la cima ya se encuentra a la vista.
The good experiences, the bad experiences, I'm finally putting it all together. I feel at peace and I feel like I'm free, and I've had 12 fights in the UFC and I'm only 25 years old. I feel like I'm just getting started. With Weidman, I'm going straight to his backyard and in Long Island where he grew up. I'm mentally prepared for it. All the boos and people telling me that I suck or that I'm not gonna win, because I've had it worse. I went to Brazil and they told me they were gonna cut my head off. So I'm prepared for Long Island, man. Whether the fight is on the ground, whether the fight is standing, I'm very confident in my abilities to finish the fight, just like I did in Brazil.
La familia de Chris Weidman lleva rato acostumbrada a la clase de éxito con la que muchos otros peleadores solo podrían soñar. Aún así, los lazos familiares han resultado ser más fuertes en los momentos duros.
My wife, she's a rock. We've been together since high school. She's kept me grounded, and when I did reach the heights of success, and then she was there with me in the lows. She was the one who made it okay.
Hold this. I don't know how this is gonna work.
You're not on my eyes. You don't even know if you're on my eyes. Whatever I look. You kidding me?
So I don't watch the fights. I've never watched a fight. I go and I keep my head down and I just pray, and I've never seen him after his first loss that hit before. And I've never been to an emergency room, so that was a first. We had a lot of firsts that night. I was just more worried about him mentally, and I knew what his mental and emotional challenge was gonna be was our kids, because they're everything for both ways. They're everything to him and he's everything to them. And I just remember being in the emergency room and him just what am I gonna tell the kids? What it meant to them was all he cared about. And watching him process that killed me, because I couldn't do anything to help him.
I look like Ultimate Warrior?
You look like Ultimate Warrior was shedding. And I just think I know him since we were kids. So I know when he's putting on a front. I know when what's gonna hurt him. I know when he really is hurting and he's trying to be brave for everybody else. I know what matters to him. So as long as I can be there to help him get through those times, so that way when I'm going through things, he can be there to be the one to hold our family up at those times too.
A través de las verdes y las maduras, Weidman siempre ha animado a su familia con su sentido del humor. Y eso se demuestra en la fiesta del 5º cumpleaños de CJ Weidman, con la ayuda de Jan Belante.
My long-term goals are to win this belt and just create a legacy within the sport, but more importantly, with my family, the people that support me, stay grounded through success, which is always the hardest thing to do. Since I have reached a lot of success and then came off and back up, and you want to always try to remember where you come from and remember to thank everybody who got you there. All these people have really made me who I am. I got a lot of people that molded me to who I am, so I just want to always make sure that no matter how successful I get, that they are able to share it with me.
Now that's a scary dad right there.
When Hulkamania runs wild on you, brother!
This is a very important fight for me. Obviously, I was on top. A lot of naysayers to prove wrong, a lot of people to prove right. I can't go down. Both of us are very motivated to win, and both of us, I know I'm very confident that I'm gonna win. I'm not getting beat up on Long Island from a home crowd. I just can't do it.
He's coming off a controversial decision. You know, what happened in the past is over, and it's really focusing on really what got him here in the beginning. It's really just a lot of hard work and no outside distractions to me.
I'm very motivated to make good out of bad. Be inspirational to people. Like when you get knocked down, you get back up. I feel like all the greats have hit adversity and came back that much better. And that's what I want to do. There's no question it's going to be an amazing fight. Neither one of us are going to back down.
El 24 de octubre de 1991, en California, Patricia Encinas dio a luz a Kelvin Gastelum. Y desde ese día empezó una de las peleas más grandes de su vida.
Very cool to have my mom here spoiling me, making me food, treat me like a king. Let's see. I was born with meningitis in the brain. I had needles all over my body, even in my head, there was needles. The survival rate for that was really low. A lot of people don't make it. So that's just one thing about me, man. I don't give up. Even since I was a kid. I'm a fighter. My mom, she's the backbone of my family, of me. She worked 2 to 3 jobs, was a single mother for a really long time, and I get a lot of my ethics from her.
La comida ya está, chicos.
I'm so proud. The hard work he put in. The more thing that I like the Calvin is because he's so humble.
Que todo el tiempo que la saques.
We come from nothing. We're making something out of nothing, you know, and I'm sure she's proud of me, but always wants me to keep doing better. Which is good, I guess. You need people to push you.
Kelvin is gonna be the champion very soon. Definitely. I know. I can feel it.
I see a lot of dangers in Weidman. He's a great striker, good wrestler, good jiu-jitsu. Just don't see anything that I haven't seen before.
6.
Nobody wants to lose in their backyard.
8.
Nobody wants to lose in front of their mom.
9.
He's gonna be coming in ready to win this fight. This is going to be the best Chris Weidman there has ever been because he's fighting for much more than just a W. He's fighting for his job.
20.
The point after the fight, they give me that microphone. When I get to choose my fight, that's the moment that I train for.
30.
These monsters they keep putting out in front of me, those are the guys that I'm looking to fight next in order for me to be fighting for the championship.
40.
For the next 5 to 10 years, I still got a lot of room to grow.
10.
This is only the beginning for me.
I'm on the warpath.
Darren Elkins got a good gas tank, a lot of cardio. He's a good wrestler. He's super tough, but I just got an edge on him on every single thing I just said.
On July 22nd, I'm looking forward to continuing my win streak and make it number 5. I'm going to submit him or knock him out.
Long Island no podría ser más opuesto a Manhattan, un lugar donde el poder del océano y la tranquilidad aún reinan. Y eso se adapta muy bien a Denis Bermúdez.
I'm a very non-confrontational person, which is very ironic for my career path. I'm a competitor, man. Every day is a grind, you know, of staying at where I'm ranked at and then trying to push it to the next level and be a champion. They say you'll be successful in things that you love. One thing I like about fighting is dominating another human being against their own will. I like getting out there and putting on for the fans. I fight because I'm good at it. I fight to make a living. And I fight to build a legacy in the Bermúdez name.
Denis Bermúdez ingresó a la temporada 14 de The Ultimate Fighter con 4 victorias por parada. y rápidamente añadió 3 más para ganarse un puesto en la final. Dentro del octágono, un apropiadamente apodado Menace ha probado ser incluso más formidable, siguiendo a esa final en The Ultimate Fighter con 7 victorias corridas, incluida una victoria contra el actual campeón divisional Max Holloway. 2 victorias más en 2016 siguieron, y vieron a Bermúdez establecer récords divisionales en derribos y defensa ante intentos de derribo. Récords sobre los que Bermúdez ahora quiere construir, mientras se alista para la batalla junto a 2 compañeros de equipo, quienes también formarán parte del muy esperado debut de UFC en Long Island.
I've known Ryan LaFleur for 7 years now. I look to him as an older brother for guidance, whether it's in my relationship, whether it's financially or MMA related. Because I know he'll give it to me straight.
You don't have to take that much of a step back. Just in case I have to take a step or take a step this way, give myself a second.
Change your range by the angle of the front foot.
I'm kind of like the big brother. I only have 14 fights, but I've been fighting 15 years. So I have like a little knowledge I like to drop on them, and I like to, kind of act like I'm young like them.
Now that we're all synced and everyone's waking up and grinding together, it's become like one machine.
We're giving each other like tips and stuff that and clues while we're actually beating each other up.
Hey, Ryan, check it out. When you're throwing that kick, your foot is facing him, and you're just like going like this to get your hips through. I'm like, if you turn your foot more, it'll be like.
Fight night, the energy that's going to be there, especially with this being in our own backyard, it makes you almost superhuman.
These are all people that you don't want to let down, and you'll do everything in your power not to let them down. So it's really nice that me, Ryan, and Chris are all on the same card, just because misery likes company. One thing that I've been doing recently to make Dennis Bermudez better, I've been getting back to the basics and done some of the tedious work that got me to this position.
Good, that's perfect.
I'm definitely a goal-oriented person. First goal was to get into the UFC, got into the UFC.
Yeah, good.
Second goal was to get in the top 10, I'm in the top 10. So now we're looking to break in the top 5, and in doing so, I want to become a champion. Darren Elkins is a super tough guy. Boop, period. I've seen him beat guys I was in the house with on The Ultimate Fighter, and those guys were pretty good guys. So I knew our paths would cross. He can take it. Hey, he's tough. He's gonna keep coming forward. He's gonna keep trying to grind. There's no quit in him. I'm gonna bring a lot of volume. I'm gonna keep distance. I'm gonna be in and out, mix up my takedowns with my striking, and it's just gonna bring the pain.
4.000 kilómetros al oeste. El oponente de Bermúdez no solo no le teme al dolor, sino que su apodo pone en claro que hasta lo disfruta. Un veterano de 10 años, Darren The Damage Elkins se hizo un nombre inicialmente entre los ligeros, antes de bajar al peso pluma en 2011 con resultados inmediatos e impresionantes. Impulsado por un boxeo sucio de alto volumen y feroz agresividad, Elkins continuó y se convirtió en dueño del récord de más golpes propinados en las 145 libras. Desde 2015 ha lucido mejor que nunca con 4 victorias corridas, incluido su último triunfo, cuando protagonizó uno de los mejores regresos en la historia de las artes marciales mixtas. Un regreso que ha sido reforzado por su reciente reubicación de Indiana a Sacramento. No obstante, antes de esta racha de éxitos, Elkins consideró dejar el octágono atrás para siempre.
I thought, maybe I didn't have it anymore. I didn't compete well anymore. I've been doing it all my life, and for the first time I felt like I wasn't getting better. The sport was kind of evolving, and I was still kind of staying the same, which, it worried me. That's why I was thinking, if I'm staying behind, maybe it is time to hang it up.
He came home and he said he was done. There's so few people in this world that they are doing what they truly love and what they want to do. And just to see him say that he's done, that was tough. We just talked about it and we thought, why don't you try a different gym?
What do you mean? We have kids, we have family. You can't just pack your family up and move across the country. And it was kind of like, why not?
Darren came here, he was looking for consistency in training, a good program he could follow. I mean, people who were just as motivated as he is.
When I came to Alpha Male, I started learning again, having fun with it, and I just sparked a connection with the team, and it just really rejuvenated me.
Fuera del gimnasio, el padre de dos y su familia están también cosechando los beneficios.
The move to California was an easy move for them. The kids fell in love with their school right away. The weather, the stuff we can do out here. I mean, my wife was happy with the weather. We go to the oceans, we go to the river, we go hiking. It's awesome out here. Even when I was in Indiana, finding my peace in water, man. It's just something about the water. It relaxes me, kind of get away from the fighting atmosphere.
When things start to get hectic, whether it's to do with fighting or not, we're just like, let's just take a trip either to the river or by the ocean or some beach somewhere. And it just kind of, it's one thing the four of us like together.
Oh, you're soaking it up? Well, if you make it a black way too, so it's like a dam.
I hit the jackpot with Darren. He teaches our kids hard work, believing in yourself. You think fighting, you have to be selfish. He makes it very unselfish.
Yeah, my family is everything to me. Without them, life wouldn't be fun.
...160 kilómetros al norte de Manhattan, junto al río Hudson, se ubica el hogar de Dennis Bermúdez y el hombre cuyo trabajo duro aún lo inspira.
My father, his parents left Long Island and went back to Puerto Rico when he was 17 years old, and they were like, hey, you coming or staying? He's always been a very hard worker, so me and my brothers were always trying to do our best to get his approval.
I'm like a teddy bear. I raised them kind of tough. They had no choice, either to play sports or stay home. They play sports. But I was strict, and that's how I kept it until they grow up.
All the stuff that my dad instilled in me and my brothers in terms of working for what you want, I took that and put it towards making myself who and what I am today and with my athletics, just because I wanted to be the best at whatever sport I played.
I am very proud of Dennis. Dennis is his own man. He's his own boss, like I did. Did I ever thought I would own a body shop in my life? And here's my own son doing the same thing. I couldn't be as proud of him. To support him whatever I can, and his family.
Cuando Bermúdez estaba creciendo, su familia pertenecía a una notoria minoría en Saugerty y las lecciones que su padre le enseñó probaron ser instrumentales en sus años de formación.
I grew up in Saugerties, New York. It's right in the Hudson Valley, so the Hudson River is a 5-minute walk.
Let's see if Pop-Pop will give us a paint job.
Hunter Mountain, or the Catskill Mountains, was 25-minute car ride. It's a mainly Caucasian town. There was 2 Puerto Rican families there. So I have super thick skin, man, being made fun of. I don't know, just busting on each other. And all good fun.
You know, in the yearbook, they would take pictures with the staff and stuff like that. I used to help the lunch ladies, so I got in the picture.
Our high school was a large high school because our middle school was counted as the high school population.
There's the menace right there with all the lunch ladies.
So we were going against much larger schools. That's why I liked wrestling.
Max, are you gonna have this many medals when you get older? Yeah?
You can have your huge school with as many guys you want, but I'm still gonna win.
There you go.
I love when people tell me I can't do something. It never goes their way, even when I was 13 years old. So until that day comes where some dude's just bigger, faster, stronger than me and throws me down, there's nothing I can do about it. Till that day happens, I still consider myself one of the best in the whole world.
Do you want to put your gloves on?
No.
All right.
I'm a really, really bad sore loser. So when I win, in my head, that's how it's supposed to go. Darren Elkins got a good gas tank, a lot of cardio. I'm a good wrestler. He's a good wrestler. He's super tough. I'm super tough. But I just got an edge on him on every single thing I just said. Having a victory over the current champion in Max Holloway definitely given me a lot of motivation. Since The Ultimate Fighter ended, it was always going to happen. I see myself throwing Darren down, pin his arm down, he taps, ref pushes me off, and we're gonna rock this one out tonight. Can't get knocked out in front of my father, so I gotta really get in this guy. We're coming, baby, we're coming.
En el lado opuesto del país, al ex campeón de lucha de Indiana, Darren Elkins, no le extraña la idea de ser el menos favorito.
That's the position that motivates me. You come in there, you think that, I don't deserve to be in there with you. You think you're gonna come in there and have an easy fight. And it happens all the time. People come in there and they say, I'm just gonna knock this guy out. Well, guess what? I got a chin, man. My chin's made of iron. He comes in great shape, man, but he gasses. And the thing is nobody goes my pace. The people that come in, they think they're in great shape. They don't know what kind of shape they're in until they go against me. They don't know what kind of pressure I'm gonna put on them. I'm gonna keep going. And I make the people that come in that look great shape in some fights, gas. That's just what I do. That's my style. Two in, two out. Most of the time, I'm not the most athletic guy. So most people don't think because of my athletic ability that I can beat this person or that person. But they forget one thing, and that's my heart and my stamina and my mental toughness. And what I lack in athleticism, I always make up for there.
1, 2, 3, wrestling!
This is Darren Elkins 2.0. This guy's coming now, and he's gonna find a weakness in Bermudez, and we found weaknesses in him, and he's gonna exploit those, and he's gonna be talked about in the title contention.
I like the combat sports because it's just you versus the opponent. It's your will versus their will. You can't blame on anybody else but yourself. And for me, there's no better feeling than that. The best kind of fights for me are the grueling, tough fights. Those are the fights that I come out winning. And I'm gonna keep coming. And then when you think I'm gonna stop coming, I'm gonna keep coming again. When I'm the underdog is when I perform my best. People think that I'm not gonna win. That just motivates me and I work harder. I respect Bermudez as a fighter, but I'm coming to finish him. I'm gonna submit him or knock him out.
Biggest fight of my life. It's a huge fight. There's no quitting them. There's no quitting me. No matter how much you hurt them, no matter how much you hurt me, we're gonna keep going.
Whether it's a punch or a takedown, a kick, it doesn't matter. I want that shock effect.
Pocos peleadores en la historia de los deportes de combate han sido lanzados bajo las luces como lo fue Patrick Cummins hace solo 3 años, cuando con poco aviso le tocó enfrentar al futuro campeón de su división, Daniel Cormier.
I was at the breaking point. All my money ran out. I didn't have a car. Rode my bike down to the coffee shop. I pick up a job and I'm the baker. One day, my manager comes busting through the door. Why aren't you answering your phone? What is wrong with you? And my boss at the coffee shop's like, sir, you can't come back here, and like, he leaves and walks around outside to the drive-thru. Like I'm serving a car. He looks over, hey, this fight is gonna happen. What fight are you talking about? I've been up since 3 a.m. I have no idea what you're talking about. You're in your pajamas, freaking out. Like, what is this? And he's like, you need to take this call. Do you want to fight Daniel? Do you want to fight Cormier? And I said, yeah, all right. Like, what? By 3 in the afternoon, a car comes, picks us up, And that night, I'm on TV, and I'm gonna fight in 8 days. in a huge fight. I'm a co-main event.
El debut de Patrick Cummins en UFC contra Cormier cambió su vida, porque aunque no ganó esa noche, ganó sus siguientes 3 peleas de manera impresionante. Y desde ese importante día ha peleado más veces que ningún otro semipesado, incluidas 4 impresionantes victorias sobre veteranos endurecidos. Eso mostró su corazón e hizo que su travesía de pastelero al octágono resultara mucho más extraordinaria.
So what do you think?
I'll take it.
Okay.
People know me best as, oh, you're the coffee guy that fought Cormier last minute. And I'm kind of like, yeah, that's a cool story, but I want to be known as the guy that started out that way and worked his way to the top.
I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you, man.
I know you're gonna pull it through.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I'm growing a mustache after he wins.
Yeah, the bet is
good.
on. Thank you, man.
Absolutely, Patrick.
I feel like a Tesla might not be like a mustache-worthy car, but that's pretty awesome.
A principios de año, Cummins empezó a trabajar junto al ex campeón mundial de boxeo Antonio Tarver para seguir evolucionando de luchador All-American a pegador dominante.
Get him involved. You want to feel that hunch, baby. You want to feel that hunch. That's how you make. Right here, short. Good. There you go. Good. He really learns quick. It makes my job a lot easier. So, natural power. You don't have to load up. Don't have to do much. That's the power we're looking for. He's going to be more comfortable in his stand-up, and I think you'll see him start knocking a couple of these guys out, man, with the power that he has, the natural power that he has.
The pressure's on him. He's got to perform in his home crowd. It's easy for me to stop that.
I wanted him. I had wanted him a long time ago because I could see that he would be a perfect athlete for me to coach.
I don't feel it. I don't feel it.
People don't really know where he's at yet, and that only works to our favor. We're ready, and on fight night, we're going to be ready.
Well, all the secret lies in the mustache, my friend. All the secret lies in the mustache.
Not anymore. Secret's out. Everything that I do, whether it's a punch or a takedown, a kick, it doesn't matter. I want that shock effect. Visualize it in my head how I want that fight to go, and it turns out happening that way. That's success to me. I'm the bad guy, you know. I'm bad. That's why I grew a mustache. I'm the bad guy. I need to own that role.
1,600 kilómetros al norte. Pocas cosas han impedido alguna vez que Jean Belante, de 31 años, sonría al enfrentarse a la adversidad.
Well, we moved around a lot as a kid, went to a couple different schools. You know, parents split up when I was pretty young, and then we didn't have a lot of money or anything like that, so we moved around a lot of different apartments. Always had sports to lean on. That kept me straight and kept me out of trouble. You know, everyone has their hardships, and I'm not going to make any complaints. It shaped me to who I was today.
A lo largo de su carrera de combate, la ex estrella de fútbol de Hofstra University ha sido electrizante. De sus 15 victorias hasta ahora, 12 han venido por la vía de la parada y 3 han ganado el bono de pelea de la noche. Todas testimonio del emocionante estilo de Belante y su asombroso poder. Y ahora, uno de los mejores apoyadores medios que Hofstra University haya conocido, buscará mostrar una vez más su tremendo atleticismo frente a una multitud de sus vecinos, esta vez usando guantes de 4 onzas.
If you ever see me fight, you know why I played linebacker. I was a mean, nasty guy. Kind of, just go forward and hit people. And that's, what I did here. I have the most tackles ever at Hofstra University, and it'll never be broken because we don't have football anymore. So it's pretty great. I have an all-time record, never be broken. I was playing football. I planned on being in the NFL. I was pretty close. I had some tryouts and run-ins with different teams and mini camps at different places, and all didn't really work out the way I would have liked it to work out, but, you know, in the long run, I think it put me in a better place. You know, I had the football thing going on, but I knew I wanted to be a professional athlete. Once I started fighting, every minute I had of my day went towards fighting. This guy, he's my personal bodyguard.
Gian didn't fight at all yet. When he walked in here, he had tried, he was trying out for the NFL. He didn't make it, and he decided to turn to MMA because he had a wrestling background, and that's when he started with me. He never did any kickboxing, any striking. Matter of fact, it was like a rough go at first. I used to make fun of him all the time. I'm like, I thought you were like this athletic guy. Like, it's like you got 2 left feet. So there's always room to improve. Till this day, there's still room to improve on everything. But I mean, he really has come, you know, night and day from when we first started.
There isn't a fight out there that hasn't been the biggest fight of my life. This is the biggest fight of my life. Huge fight, and now it's in Long Island. It's, you know, not even 30 seconds from where I played my college football. No matter what, if it was in his basement, it was still gonna be the most important fight of my life. Once I get hit once, I know I'm gonna fight, and I'll be in that moment of the fight instead of, you know, all the fans cheering and stuff like that. It'll be great. If you like 2 guys going in there and, you know, wanting to put on a show, he's a guy too that there's no quitting him, there's no quitting me. No matter how much you hurt him, no matter how much you hurt me, we're gonna keep going until the ref pulls you off. I mean, it's a fight that 2 guys are gonna go until someone steps in there to stop us. And both of us, there's no quit, we're just gonna keep going.
Últimamente, cada campamento de entrenamiento es una prueba de voluntad que solo puede superarse mediante un indoblegable compromiso y fuerte deseo.
You really see who the real champions are with how they come back from setbacks and tough times. I feel like all the greats have hit adversity and came back that much better. That's what I want to do.
This is going to be the best Chris Weidman there has ever been because he's fighting for much more than just a W. He's fighting for his job. He's hungry as well for a win, but I'm ready for anything Chris throws at me.
Darren Elkins is gonna see a Dennis Bermudez where I'm gonna bring a lot of volume. I'm gonna keep distance. I'm gonna be in and out. I'm gonna mix up my takedowns with my striking and just gonna bring the pain.
I respect Bermudez as a fighter, but I'm coming to finish him. When that door closes in the octagon, I'm gonna get my hand raised. I'm gonna bring the heat. I'm gonna finish Bermudez and make my statement as a top 10.
I'm a strong, powerful guy. I hit hard. I can put guys out with one shot no matter what. There's a lot more out there for me to accomplish. Still don't think you've seen the best me in the octagon yet.
I'm gonna push the pace, but be smart and sharp. When I can get my hands on him, I'm gonna. And I'm gonna make him feel every bit of it.
Pronto, el día de sus cálculos llegará. Cuando en UFC Fight Night, 3 de los mejores de Nueva York entren al octágono para defender su terreno. Cuando las luces del Empire State se enciendan para una emocionante UFC Fight Night en vivo por Fox.